Hey guys, Bowserkins here for another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Brewmaster Monk on the 9.2 PTR build 41827. Um, this build, and I believe one previous build along with it, brought along the new Cake Smash tier set. This one gives you 50% additional Cake Smash damage, heals you for 66% of the damage dealt, and grants 66% of the damage as maximum health for 10 seconds. This is rolled around Twitter and other social media platforms. A lot of people are speculating that it won't actually go live this way. In my initial testing of it, it is incredibly strong. Now, whether Blizzard, I don't think it's so strong. It's to the point where it's obviously not functioning the way they did intend it to. But it could get the assassination treatment, right? Remember when assassination a little bit ago, um, got buffed with 100% extra poison and bleed damage after they shivved, and then they reduced that to 40%. You could see that happen with the Cake Smash. Now, I don't think the damage will get nerfed because the two piece is so weak, right? The two piece is basically entirely defensive. It just gives you 4% extra damage reduction when Breath of Fire ignites your enemies, right? So it's not, the two piece is not doing anything for you offensively. However, 50% extra damage from Cake Smash seems like it's in line with the other tier set bonuses in terms of damage. What's really getting a lot of the attention is the heal, which is 66% of the damage you deal with Cake Smash, in combination with the extra maximum health you get, which, if you're Cake Smashing in an AoE pack, is completely insane. Just to get a couple of things out of the way, though, before we go into these target dummies, I'm running this new legendary item that's going to be available in 9.2 called the Cinch of Unity. It's called other. It's the Girdle of Unity is what it is for plate, and there's a mail and a cloth option as well. They're named different, sash or whatever. Um, this is a really cool item. Kudos to Blizzard for coming up with this. It's a great idea to be able to have an item that gives you all four legendary effects depending on your covenant, just by swapping around, right? One armor slot, you don't have to worry about crafting four legendaries. It's really great. I'm running Stormstout's Last Keg for this exhibition on the target dummies. You're going to find out why here pretty quickly if you haven't figured it out already. Cake Smash is something you absolutely are going to want to play around in 9.2, and that's why Stormstout's Last Keg is going to be pretty much mandatory for Brewmasters. That means, that doesn't mean you can't play other options. I'm just saying you're giving up a ton if you're not running Stormstout's Last Keg. In addition to that, it's really difficult to imagine that Brewmaster monks are not going to be playing Kyrian or Necrolord in 9.2, which has really just been the case in 9.0 and 9.1 as well. And the reason for that is because, again, you want to play around a Cake Smash. Weapons of Order specifically, it gives you an additional use of Cake Smash. It resets the cooldown on it. This is why Kyrian is likely to be the go-to pick in 9.2. Now there's something to be said about the Necrolord Covenant Legendary, because it greatly increases the chance of you getting repeat damage, which is obviously going to work for Cake Smash. But we're going to see where that all turns out. Right now, the Weapons of Order Covenant Legendary, for people who don't know, what this does is whenever you whenever you use your Weapons of Order, it calls forth your Ox, which assists you for 12 seconds. That is half the duration of a normal Nuzao, which lasts 25 seconds, right? So you get a 50% duration Nuzao whenever you hit your Weapons of Order. And if you're running Mechanicos, you're going to be able to knock 40 seconds off of that in a AoE pull, or 8 seconds off of that in a single target fight. Either way, you're probably going to get it twice on tyrannical bosses, which is very powerful. All right, so let's go ahead and walk into this pack and start whacking on it. There's two things we're going to want to keep an eye on. Is our health right here for Brewmaster. Right now I'm at 76,860 with 253 item level. No special items here, all 252 outside of the new cinch, which is 265. And then we're going to have overhealing, and this will actually track the healing of our Cake Smash accurately because we're going to be at full health the entire time. Okay, so we're just going to look at overhealing here. Look at the total number from our healing effect of Cake Smash, and then divide that by the number of Cake Smashes we use, and then we can figure out an accurate total for our Cake Smash healing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to start with a Chi Burst. Procker Rushing Jade win. We're off to the races here. Doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And we're going to just keep this up here. We're going to try to get 9 or 10 cake smashes. That way we don't end up with some weird luck with our crit or anything like that. Cake smash. Some more spinning crane kick. Look at our health though, guys. I mean, it's 118k right now. We started out with what, 78? You know, this is giving us so much extra HP, 40% extra HP. And again, Storm Stouts is enabling us to do this even more than it normally would. We're going to go for about 30 more seconds here. Let this Nuzao run out. And then we're going to take a look at this. But you can see we're consistently over 110k HP here. If you crit, it actually, you know, that will impact it. It's based on the damage done. It's not like a percentage. It's not some kind of flat number you can rely upon. You can get lucky with this. Crit like, you know, 8 cake smashes, and then you end up with over 120k HP, right? Something insane. Pop our weapons of order again. Get that going. Just an insane amount of damage, guys. An insane amount of damage. Burst here. Cake smash. All right, I think we've proven our point. Go ahead and run over here. Get the meters to stop going. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, guys. We're actually going to look at damage done. First note, again, 76,860 health. We were at like consistently around 115k. So, I mean, you guys do the math there, right? It's an extra 40k HP. Just an insane amount of health. Like over 50% extra health from our cake smashes in an AoE situation. Again, that's only what, 5 targets over there? 5 targets for the Kyrian, I believe. I always forget this because some of them are 4. I wish they would streamline this. So we have 5 targets over there. We're smacking on it. We're getting that much HP. You know, even though Cake Smash is capped at 5 targets, it's soft cap. So you're going to get more damage with like 10 targets, right? So, I mean, you're conceivably going to be over 120, 125k HP in really large packs. That's really strong. Then you factor in the healing, right? So we're going to look at how many Cake Smashes we cast there. Looks like we cast 17, and we hit 85 times for an average of 6,182, right? So we look at the overhealing. We look at Cake of the Heavens. Now, this is the heal. What's really interesting about this and why it's difficult to calculate the total healing that you're going to see from this is because you've got your Cake of the Heavens, which is doing an absolutely metric ton of healing. But you also have Celestial Fortune, which is going to proc off of your Cake of the Heavens, right? So you could potentially get 65% extra healing from this based on your crit chance, right? So that's why crit is going to be even more powerful for Brewmaster in 9.2, because your instances of healing are going to get up, and therefore that's increasing your likelihood. Apologies for the Lua error on the screen here. This has been happening all day. I did want to give you guys an update, but unfortunately the PTR is dealing with a number of bugs related to my add-ons. But really cool stuff. Again, the gear is nothing special. I'm not doing anything insane here. I don't have, like, you know, there's a 272 weapon available. I don't have that equipped. I'm not doing anything insane. This is what it is. It's a huge amount of healing. 522,000 healing from 17 cake smashes, right? Now, we can do the math here very easily just by going over to damage. And this is, again, not taking into account Celestial Fortune, which is going to be even more, right? But we can just click on Cake Smash. We can see, okay, the average is 6,182. Damage, we know that 66% of that is going to be healing us, right? So we can do a quick math in our head, and roughly 66% of that is 4K, right? But if you want to be technical, um, and you don't want to just accept that 4K number or whatever it is, you just take the Cake of Heavens, which is 522. I'll pull up the calculator here on your screen so you can see it. 522,000 divided by 5. Or excuse me, not divided by 5, divided by 17. What am I doing here? So per Cake Smash on 5 targets is 30,000 health, right? 30,700. So, I mean, that for 5 targets, every time you Cake Smash, you're healing for 30,000 health. Is, this is Death Strike levels of insanity in terms of self healing. So that's why it's so incendiary on the PTR and social media right now. It's because Cake Smash with this tier set and its current tuning is doing some really crazy stuff. Now, again, I don't know if they're going to nerf this one. I knew that they were going to change the blood decay functionality because that was uh, that enabled you to solo entire dungeons. With the Cake Smash thing, you still have a Cake Smash cooldown. Now that's being dramatically impacted by your haste. My God, this Lua air is like the most troll thing ever. That's being impacted by your haste. Right now, it's a 7-second recharge for me at 15% haste. As your stagger goes up, if you're running the high tolerance, that'll go up. That'll go down by even more, roughly like 6 seconds. So I'm not saying that's like a massive 30-second cooldown. Cake Smash, you get it regularly, right? Anyone who plays Brewmaster, you get this a lot. So you're gonna be healing for a ton. Now, can you solo dungeons with this, like a plus 15, like we saw Blood DK's doing? I don't know, maybe, right? But I certainly haven't tried because the scaling aura is totally screwing me over in that regard. But it's possible, right? But I don't know what they're actually trying to achieve by this. They might have said, okay, we need to give them more self-sustain because they have the worst self-sustain in the game. It's not technically true. I would say Prot Warrior's probably there, but Prot Warrior has block, right? And with Reprisal, their physical damage mitigation is massive. But this is not going to matter. Cake Smash is not going to matter at all, whether it's physical damage, magical damage. None of that matters because it's healing you, right? It's not mitigating damage. It's repairing you once you take it. In addition to the maximum health, my overall assessment of the tier set is that it probably won't make it to live like this. I think they're either going to nerf the heal and max health bonus to something more manageable, or they're going to take one of them away entirely. Whether it's the heal or the max health, I'm not sure. I would say that, if you're a Brewmaster Monk and you're cheering on one of the options, I would say try to keep the heal and the max health in there at a lower number. But part of me wishes that I could just keep the 66% damage done as maximum health because, Brewmaster Monk doesn't necessarily have to have healing, but its health pool has been the lowest in Shadowlands the entire time. It's actually a pretty significant amount less as well, almost to the point where the stagger mechanic itself, isn't as valuable because our maximum health is so dang low. It could also, one other option that's possible is that they actually keep the heal and they take the maximum health buff away, but then they buff Brewmaster Monk's maximum health, which would also be a very welcome option. But either way, with the tier set the way it is right now, I think that Brewmaster Monk is by far the strongest tank on 9.2. And we'll see where we end up when 9.2 goes live. But this has been Bowserkins checking out the Brewmaster Monk on the 9.2 PTR. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions or any feedback for me. Always appreciate that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.